doesn't matter. And you can look at me if you want, it makes it easier. So the first question is, how are you feeling after the broken ribs, and what's your status for the Pro Tour events? So, how are you feeling after the broken ribs, and what's your status after the Pro Tour events? So we can start with that one.
Last week at the tour, the NICO tour, I broke another rib in a crash, and it was a major setback because I just recovered. I was in the midst of recovering from a rib that I broke at the Tour de France, and anyways, in I'm taking it day by day and just seeing how things go, how I can recover, and hopefully I'll be able to be in good shape for the Pro Tour races in Quebec and Montreal.
Great. Any plans to race Queen's Park?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to racing in Toronto. It's been a good few years since I raced on home soil, so I'll be racing in Queen's Park on the 19th of September.
Great. Okay, so these Pro Tour races in Quebec, the Queen's Park race returning and Steve Bauer developing a Spider Tech squad. How do you feel about the health of top level cycling in Canada? Tell me if you want me to repeat the question.
No, it's good. It's great to see cycling in Canada progressing and flourishing, especially at the elite level. In the next couple of years, hopefully there'll be a Pro Tour team. Spider Tech is making that progression, and I think there are enough. There's the level of elite cyclists in Canada is high enough now that they can be competitive at the Pro Tour level, and overall it's just great to see the interest in cycling in Canada and in North America, and overall just now that I'm back in Toronto and I've been riding around town, seeing the number of cyclists riding recreationally and also commuting is fantastic.
Excellent. So what are your plans for the off season? Any concrete plans for 2011 yet?
I'm going to be racing with Sky next year, and through the off season, I had a big year this year with the classics, the Giro, and the Tour de France. So the major goal is just going to be to recover and then prepare for the coming year, so that I'm ready to really attack the classics and be strong for the first part of the year again.
Great. Okay, one last question. So you mentioned you're not ready to retire just yet. Does the 2012 Olympic Games have anything to do with that? And is that something you're aiming towards?
It would be fantastic to do the Olympics in London, and that's something I'm looking towards. Next year is my major, next year is the major objective, and just doing the best I can for the team next year and continuing to progress. So and then I'll look towards 2012.
Great. What was and just one last question? What was the best thing about doing the Tour de France this year? What was the best thing for you? Because I knew you wanted to do it for a long time.
Yeah, the best moment of the tour was probably actually riding into Paris and seeing the Eiffel Tower. I think there were two great moments. When I rolled down the start ramp in Amsterdam, and that was an emotional moment, just because starting the tour, and it was stepping into what had been a childhood dream, and then obviously fulfilling it and finishing in Paris. I struggled with injuries through the whole race, so there are moments where I question whether or not I would be able to finish it, because physically I was hurting at certain moments, especially right after the crash. So to finish and to be able to do my job for the team and do it to the best of my abilities, it was a good moment seeing the Eiffel Tower and just riding up and down the Champs-Élysées. It's cool.
Excellent. That's great. Well, thank you very much.